Hello fiction fans, T.H. Leatherman here. Today we're going to go over the hero's journey, the mentor's role. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the hero's journey is a storytelling method where the hero starts off as a normal guy who is thrust into an amazing problem. Along the way they meet a mentor. Now, the mentor tries to train the hero to meet this problem that they're trying to resolve. They typically ignore the mentor to begin with, rush off, face something, which then they fail at. After returning to the mentor, the hero then gains some sort of knowledge from the mentor. The mentor then dies, usually in the second crisis. The hero has by this time learned what they need to know, so they are able to then prepare themselves for the big battle and then defeat whatever evil they come across. So what we're going to discuss today is the mentor's role. Now, the mentor will have some sort of insight that the hero does not. They will be more worldly than the hero, and they have to impart this particular knowledge to the hero so that they are able to overcome the problems that they're going to run into in the story. The hero should probably be naive in some way, kind of like Luke is in the beginning of Star Wars. Luke is, at the time, determined to become a pilot for the Empire. And of course, the Empire is the great evil in the galaxy, and he probably shouldn't be joining them. Obi-Wan then teaches the hero a lesson that they need to learn, in this case, how to use the Force. The mentor often provides some sort of moral guidance to the hero. Now, this isn't always done as by example. Sometimes the moral guide is by the mentor being some grumpy old guy, and then the hero learns what he needs to know by the dichotomy between the mentor and the hero themselves, the hero's different point of view. Which brings up another point. The mentor is not always right. Sometimes they're wrong, but they still have a lesson to impart to the hero that helps the hero understand what they need to do in order to right the wrongs that are happening in the world. So the villain might be Darth Repair Guy, and he's coming to the hero to say, your roof needs to be fixed. And the hero is saying, my roof doesn't need to be fixed. And then Darth Repair Guy says, search your ceilings. You know this to be true. Often the mentor is guiding the heroes to learn a lesson that maybe the hero isn't quite ready to learn. Like making a stir fry on Endor. You have to use an Ewok to make it work. It is the not understanding of what the lesson is that causes the hero usually to make a rash choice and run off and face some evil before they're ready. Continuing with the Star Wars reference, that would be when Luke says, my friends are in trouble and I have to go save them. And of course this ends up being a bad thing. Frodo leaving the Fellowship was a rash choice on his part. The point is, after the hero then confronts this evil and fails, they come back to the mentor because the mentor still has something to teach them. Maybe that lesson that they weren't able to finish the first time. Now, one of the things about mentors is that in a good story, the mentor has their own character arc. In fact, the mentor probably gained their insight by some big failure in their own lives. In the Star Wars stories, Obi-Wan being the mentor, he failed with Anakin, and it was that failure that taught him what he needed to know in order to teach Luke what he had to learn. In Harry Potter, both Lupus and Sirius had to come to grips with their own failures in order to teach Harry what he needed to learn for those books. And perhaps your villain has something to learn too. Because you know, Voldemort had to learn to use Twitter instead of Facebook, because he needed followers, not friends. Now, one of the common themes in the hero's journey is that at some point in time in the book, the mentor dies. Now, this doesn't always happen. In The Lord of the Rings, Samwise is a mentor to Frodo, but he doesn't die. However, Dumbledore, Gandalf, and Obi-Wan all die. So it is more common that the mentor dies, but it's not always the case. The point is that the mentor needs to go away. This needs to happen for the hero to step from behind the mentor's shadows and start making their own choices on how to resolve the story. Or in Frodo's case, maybe multiple shadows, because he was kind of short and everyone was taller than he was. So in summary, the mentor's role is that the mentor needs to provide some sort of guidance to the hero throughout the course of the story. The mentor is going to fail to teach the hero what he needs to do. The hero is going to go off and do something rash, ultimately fail, come back to the mentor. Mentors have their own character arc, something that they are going to learn through the course of the story, perhaps from the hero. And then at some point in time, the mentor is going to have to die or go away for a significant portion of the story so that the main character can go off and do what they need to do on their own. After all, they're the hero of the story. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I post weekly. If you have a subject you'd like for me to cover, message me on Facebook. If you enjoyed this episode, like or comment below. So long, fiction fans.